Hello, and thanks for joining us right here in our home. Steve and Lori here to share with you some ideas about an eco-certified living space. Have you ever heard of that? Well, an eco-certified living space, as the name implies, the space is where you're at. Okay, so whether you're at home or at a business, in your car, your boat, your truck, a school, classroom maybe, or an administrative office, a church, a gym, a salon, you name it. Those are our living spaces, right? So an eco-certified living space or a living sanctuary, let's say, is just any place where you're at. And what we're all about when it comes to being, ecologically sound, having a place where you can breathe clean air, touch surfaces that are purified, and drink great water. That's what we want to achieve with an eco-certified living space. So I want to thank you for joining us here. And we're going to take you on a little bit of a tour to see how you might utilize modern technology. Just like long ago, the microwave oven, this technology is going to eventually be in every home and business. So we just want to plant those seeds with you so that you can get excited like we are about what it is we do with a eco-certified home. So we're going to start here with water. So we have what's called living water. And as the name implies, it's going to add to your living. And in what way does it do that? Well, you have the ability to ratchet up the pH, for example. Our water here where we're at naturally comes out at about 7.5. But when you can drink 9.5 pH water, for example, you increase the hydrogen in there, you can increase the potential for energy, you increase the potential for being antioxidant. And so what's really cool about living water is that when you drink it, you're going to get ounce for ounce more hydration, intracellular. So you're going to get better hydration for the same amount of water. Seems like a good way to do it. So another way that we get some incredible water is through what's called an H2 fuel. This bottle, glass, that's important. In 3 minutes, the base of this bottle is a hydrogen fuel cell. And so it's going to put about 4 times the amount of hydrogen into the water, dissolved into the water. And so when it comes to energy and great tasting water and hydrating your body, that's the way to go. So now Lori talks behind the scenes to me and I'm like, I have no idea what she's saying. So I'm going to say, ask me.
Yes. Do you want to show them how you just touch the button?
Oh, yeah. So all you have to do, there's a little button on here, and yeah, good point. She's my reminderer. I don't know if you can see those bubbles. Maybe you can, maybe you can't, but you can see the blue light and you know it's there. And guess what? In 3 minutes, that light will shut off and it's letting you know that, hey, this is ready to go. So if you want some really great water on the go, that's a wonderful device to have. So you might have already asked yourself, who is this guy and what is he wearing? Well, this is a Fresh Air Personal. And we've used these for the last 16, 17 months. Maybe you can see it's a PPE. All right. So what does this do and what does it not do? This does not destroy or denature or inactivate pathogens like viruses, bacteria, and whatnot. But what it does do is really cool. It's called multi-point brush ionization. I'm going to show you here exactly what that looks like. What is this doing around 20 inches of my breathing space as well as your breathing space? So we're going to take a little bit of oil and put it on this hot coil. Now, that could be a poem out of that. So it's important to understand that this multi-point brush ionization, this living proof box, is completely sealed off. So there's no fan inside. There's no openings for smoke to go. So all we're going to do is turn on that coil. It's going to heat up, and in a sense, it's going to kind of burn the smoke. You can already see it start to come out. Okay. And we'll give that a few moments for that smoke to fill up in there. And once there's enough there for you to see, then we're going to turn that heater off and we're going to turn on the multi-point brush ionization. And what you're going to see is a very, very rapid reduction of that smoke from the air. So it's letting you know that this is dropping things out of the air around my breathing space very, very quickly. So Lori, what do you think? Is there enough in there to, you see it on the film?
Oh yeah, sure, yes.
Okay.
And
So go ahead.
What flies around on those particulates, Steve?
So besides your allergens, you know, like pollen and dust and things like that, moisture from our breath, the things that like to attach to those as ways to travel around is going to be your mold spores, your viruses, your bacteria, things like that. So if you can clear that out of the air, that's a huge start, and it's a great big deal for people with allergies, people with asthma, bronchitis, emphysema, things like that, clearing out the air. So plenty of smoke in there. So watch closely. I'm going to turn off the smoke. I'm going to turn on the multi-point brush ionization, and you can see what it does to the air. And it's not exiting anywhere. It's simply being taken down. We're taking the enemy out of the camp. Does that make sense? Okay, so I'm going to turn that off. And we'll get rid of this little light here. And then this here, this is not one of our devices. This is one of our special ways of showing you how ActivePure technology works. So unlike the old technology that's ineffective, HEPA filtration, UV lights, trying to move a lot more air, which is expensive and doesn't denature anything. What we're going to show you with this bubble machine is this. See these bubbles? That's not ActivePure technology, but that is what ActivePure technology does. It comes out of the device that creates it, about 1,200 feet per second, goes everywhere in the room that air can go. And so you get this 24/7, 365 days a year of sanitizing surfaces and cleaning out the air. So that's very cool. Now, I'm going to come around this way and we're going to take you to another part of the house where our eco-certification process continues, okay? So come this way. This here is the Air and Surface Pro. You probably don't hear it. It's very quiet. We actually run it on fan speed 3, but you can see even if I run that up to fan speed 5, it's pretty quiet. Okay? We just happen to use it on 3 because that's where we like it. So what the Air and Surface Pro does, you just saw the multi-point brush ionization. So it has this technology inside. So the number 1 punch that's coming out is it's taking down the particulate matter in the air very, very quickly. In fact, about 200 times faster than gravity, okay? So the ActivePure technology is, those molecules are coming out the top, and this is what we like to refer to as the silver bullet, okay? This is what's creating the ActivePure molecules. And keep in mind, what we're trying to accomplish, actually we're not trying, we're actually doing it. Outside, it's a wonderful place to take out the problem of pathogens, bacteria, mold, viruses, things like that. And what does outside use? It uses ultraviolet light from the sun, it uses moisture and oxygen, and it's a very great environment for taking out the threat. Well, we're inside the living space, right? And we want to take out the threat. So this honeycomb matrix here, along with 4 rare earth metals that are electroplated inside of this, and a 254 nanometer UV light, those are all working together to do what? Create what the outside is doing and bringing it inside. So we're putting out these super cleansers, these super oxides that are cleaning the air and the surfaces without chemicals, which is really cool. So as we come over here, it gets easier and smaller. So this is our Fresh Air Mobile. It's good for cars, trucks, boats, small office maybe. Anyway, it's a small miniaturization of the Air and Surface Pro. So everything that's in that for 2,000 square feet is in this for around 50 square feet, okay? Fresh Air Mobile. And then I know there's a lot of you folks that love your pets, cats and dogs. Well, guess what? You plug this baby in, next to where your pets, do their thing or eat their food, and just plug it in and turn it on. And guess what? It puts out those same ActivePure molecules into the air, and it not only addresses the odors, it gets to the root cause of the odors, okay? So, on to our last room for the day. We're gonna go to the laundry room. It's not our fanciest room, okay? But what we have in here is called ActivePure 2.0. And just like in software, 2.0 means, it's the newest, greatest version. You can see here the ActivePure symbol, right? So what does this do? Well, ActivePure 2.0 uses ActivePure molecules to go into the water. So we have cold water going into the device. It picks up all these cleaning hydroxyls, right? They then travel into our washing machine, and guess what? We wash our clothes in nothing but cold water, so no hot water. So think about savings on your electric bill, okay, which is a good thing for the environment, that you're not using as much electricity to heat water. So no soap at all, cold water, no fabric softener. And what happens? The clothes come out, they smell great. You put them in the dryer, you don't need dryer sheets, so another chemical getting out of the camp. And why is that important? Well, these detergents, the fabric sheets, the get rid of the static cling, those kind of things, they have quaternary ammonium, or quats as they're commonly called, and that's toxicity in your house. Well, why would you want to keep washing your clothes with detergent where no washing machine is going to rinse it all out? So it's going to carry over to the dryer, and it's going to be in the dryer when you get done cleaning the clothes, drying the clothes. And then you're going to wear those quats, those quaternary ammonia, those toxins on your body, fragrances, things like that. Why would you want to wear that stuff, and why would you want to sleep between sheets that have quats in them? Okay, so this is pretty amazing, and think about it from the ecology as well, and that's you're not going to be throwing plastic jugs into the environment or empty boxes of detergent into the environment, and you're not going to have all that excess soap running down into wherever it goes, ultimately back to the water table or back to the water sources that then have to be treated and get recirculated back to us. So I don't really want to end this in the laundry room. So I'm going to force my wonderful camera woman out of there. And I'm going to say this. Whoever shared this video with you, they care about you. And they are simply wanting to share with you technology that, quite frankly, most people don't know about yet. So be sure to get back to the person who shared this video with you and get any other questions you might have answered, and to find out how you as well can have an eco-certified living space wherever your living space happens to be. Okay? So thanks for joining us, and we'll see you another time. Bye for now.